Well, joining us now is Cardinal Seán O'Malley of Boston, a very familiar face to our viewers, but also Chairman of the USCCB's Committee on Pro-Life Activities. And I thought we would talk a little bit today about Project Rachel. And I know that you had set a proposal for the bishops here to create a liaison. I wondered if you could talk a little bit about that and the importance of Project Rachel, first of all, and then the importance of having a liaison.
Well, the whole area of post-abortion healing ministry has grown to be so important in the life of the church. And we do have a web page, and they have received 5 million hits. We see the Project Rachel ministry expanding in dioceses throughout the United States. Actually, Boston and Washington have been very involved in helping to train people for the various dioceses. But we see that our own national office needs to have more help to be able to keep up with this. When you realize, there are thousands and thousands of women out there who have had an abortion, who have been damaged spiritually and often emotionally by this experience, and some of them feel such a weight of guilt, and we want to be able to have the church reach out to them and to feel God's loving forgiveness and to find a path back, as it were, from this terrible experience. And we were very blessed that the Knights of Columbus have offered to underwrite this position for the conference, and we know this will be a great service to all of our dioceses to be able to strengthen the Project Rachel programs that exist throughout the country.
In Boston has been one of the forerunners in Project Rachel at the beginning, and maybe if you could speak about that and how it has grown. I know just either a couple of years ago, you had brought it to the bishops as well, and the training sessions that are taking place now. But talk about the expansion of it and how it has grown and how more people are starting to recognize the need for it.
Well, as I say, there are so many women whose lives have been touched by an abortion, and sometimes the fathers as well. And the retreats and the other activities sponsored by Project Rachel have really brought so much healing to many people, and the program has grown very quickly. The needs are so great, but it's really, as the Holy Father is trying to show people, that this is what the church is about. It's about forgiveness, it's about reconciliation, it's about outreach to people who are in pain, about taking care of each other. Sometimes the pro-life movement is dismissed as being, moralistic or judgmental, but it's not about that. It's about living God's mercy. Mercy, of course, to the unborn child, but mercy as well to the women who are also the victims of an abortion, and help them to find healing, peace, and forgiveness.
And if someone wanted to get some information too, and if they were hurting from an abortion, they would go to the website, and then there's some information there on where they can go.
Yes, well, and the website will connect them with their dioceses as well. So it's.
And you, through Project Rachel, there are retreats that people go through. There are counsels that they receive as well.
Yes, there's retreats that are given periodically. And on the retreats, they help to prepare the women for reconciliation. And there's testimony from women who've gone through these experiences and experienced also God's loving mercy in the sacrament of reconciliation. And
so it's a great opportunity for any diocese to have a Project Rachel in their diocese, and hopefully through the course of this interview and getting the word out to people, understand that they can go somewhere if they're hurting from abortion. I wanted to talk quickly about something else here. We're at the bishops' meeting, and I know it was Cardinal Dolan's last year here, but he mentioned a lot about the suffering of Christians throughout the world, which I think is starting to get more exposure now with many things that are going on in India and Syria and Iraq too. But I don't think people realize the amount of persecution for Christians throughout the world, and I wondered if you could speak on that and how it needs to get out a little bit more.
Certainly. I remember, several years ago, the Holy See came out with a very startling statistic saying that 100,000 people a year were killed for their faith. And from the statistics that Cardinal Dolan gave in his talk to us, you see that that's still continuing. He talked about over 1 million since the year 2000. So even in the new millennium, this is still going on, that people are being persecuted for their religious beliefs, and particularly Christians. I mean, we are concerned about anyone who is a prisoner of conscience or who is being persecuted because of their religious persuasion. The reality is that the Christians are the largest demographic that is suffering this kind of persecution, and we have a very special obligation to pray for them, to try and work to make their situations more known, to help to lobby governments and international organizations to promote religious freedom in the world.
Well, we thank you so much, Cardinal, for being with us today.
My pleasure.
Talking with us today. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Kevin.